Humility or empowerment? Which has the highest spiritual frequency? Well, it just depends on how you interpret those words. And I'd like to bring up some false beliefs that many of us have taken on because we were raised with the idea that God is outside us. And even if we were raised in a tradition that did not speak of God at all, there may have been a belief that life or nature or the universal intelligence or source is outside of us. Most of us were not raised as though we are the embodiment of the divine, a full expression of everything divine. That is a rare person raised with that experience, right? So, what are the false beliefs that we might be carrying around about humility and empowerment? First of all, one of my pet peeves is people who've been raised to be small and really shrink and avoid their gifts in a self-deprecating kind of way. Like I'm not as good as you, I'll let you go first. Or I'll be polite and let everyone else go first and never be first myself. Denying the group or the other person their gifts. That, in my book, I don't know about yours, but in my book, that is not humility. So, what is humility? Well, to me, humility is a combination of knowing that we are the divine, and that makes us open, receptive, and not egoic. Because if we are an embodiment of the divine, it's not about the ego, which is more, better, comparative, taking, but never giving. You know very well what the ego does, but humility kind of could go with a different interpretation of empowerment. So let's look at empowerment. What is the false belief about empowerment? Mostly it surrounds the word control. When we think of false empowerment, we think of somebody controlling us, somebody taking away our power, someone being bigger than is their right as another human being. In other words, dominating. That is false empowerment in my lingo. So, what would true empowerment look like? True empowerment might be acknowledging that everyone is universally, everyone means universal, right? Everyone is entitled to the 100% power given by life. So nobody is making themselves artificially small nor big. So we're not talking about domination or shrinking. Shrinking and disappearing are very similar. In a way, disappearing is a power grab, but it's not conscious because the person who disappeared is often the most powerful in the room. But that's all false. So, what does it look like to know that I am an embodiment of the divine? It's surrendered. It doesn't mean I even get my preferences. It means that I listen to my feelings, but my feelings and my thoughts are not the indicator, are not the rule book. It means that I open to something larger than myself. And is that not humility? To me, it feels like humility. And it feels like an empowerment, like confidence, but like a beautiful kind of confidence where I'm generous and I'm kind. That doesn't go with controlling, right? So what's the need or purpose or efficacy or value of looking at these two words, humility and empowerment? What if we put them together for a new kind of spiritual vibration that's our come from? But if you are interested in doing that along with me, then we have to look at where we are conflating, putting together, mixing up humility and empowerment. So if it's my way or the highway, what do you think? False empowerment, right? If it's, I need to fix this, it's up to me. Well, that could be either, but it sure sounds like false empowerment. Now, when you have the confidence that you have turned to the greater source. So I'll give you a small example of that, just a personal one, not a big one. There's a larger community I've been a part of. And my personality would kind of like to drop out. I'm kind of done. But I keep on getting the message. No, no, no. It's not for my egoic benefit. It's not even my opinion. I'd like to stay. And I sure feel humble that I don't know why I would be there. But it's a quiet message because I've turned it over. I've surrendered the decision. And I try to do everything in my life with that kind of openness. So getting back to how does it matter? Why does it matter? I think our whole world, in terms of a democracy, can only work if we are coming from empowerment and humility. So where are we not? Where are we shrinking from sharing our gifts? Where are we believing we're being polite if we don't share our thoughts and our feelings, if we hide if we say, you go, not me, or if you're always taking over, or if you dominate. Now, sometimes we take over because the other person has rescinded their power. So it's a kind of dance. And so if we're complaining and doing somebody else's work by saying they're the ones dominating, then are they dominating because we've rescinded our own power? We've neglected to be empowered ourselves. So let's take a review of ourselves, our relationships, our situations, our participation with life, and see if these are truly opposites or if we can have them dance together in a beautiful symphony. I know a symphony is not a dance, but I'm making it up as though it was. You know what I mean. So I think that's it for today. Bye for now.